to the manager, please?
Speaking.
Hiya, buddy. I've just got a little video I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I've seen it, I've seen it.
You've seen it, yeah? We're going to have a talk about it now. Can you watch it if you don't mind?
I've seen it.
You've seen it,
yeah. I don't agree with it, I think.
I'd like to have a discussion. Someone could sit down, mate, and have a chat about your property, obviously.
Of course. I understand your frustration.
Yeah, let's sit on here, buddy. You came here for no trouble. Just come over here.
Of course, yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, of course.
So what's your name, mate?
John.
John as well, mate.
Please.
JR, yeah?
JR, please.
Basically, just there, mate, obviously, to have a little discussion with you about the video. Obviously, you're based in an Asian community. I'm sure, obviously, 90% of your clientele is of the Asian community.
Yeah.
Obviously, so I'm imagining that you do support diversity and equality and
100%.
racism, and you're completely behind it. Obviously, coming from a diverse community, obviously the travelling community myself, we do experience a lot of discrimination. Obviously, when we come into public houses and things like that. You've obviously seen the video, so obviously, what's your honest opinion on the video that you see that's gone viral?
Well, yesterday we had a baby shower here.
Yeah.
And when the call was taken, even from listening back to the call, I don't hear any mention of travellers in it. It was just a group of people. So when we got the call, Kieran, who was working here, so we had a baby shower down here, which was all girls.
You could clearly hear the Irish accent on it. You wouldn't need to declare that you were a traveller.
All my family's Irish, so I don't discriminate against Irish.
I'm not saying you personally, but a member of your staff did.
And he's Irish as well, he's from full Irish descent. So.
But I'm just saying a member of your staff clearly obviously heard the Irish voice and he drew the conclusion that the pub was up. For one client, it was on the same pub.
No, I don't think so. What we had yesterday, we had a baby shower, so the pub was full of women.
Okay.
So we got two calls yesterday. One, a group of blokes, which didn't work because women had hired it out.
Yeah.
Second was from a group of women who wanted to come down to celebrate a birthday.
Okay.
That worked within what we were doing.
Okay.
So if it's come across that truthfully we weren't.
How do you think it looks then, obviously?
It looks, listen, we've been set up for a fall.
So obviously, when that call was taken from the men, obviously, was the baby shower then taking place at that time?
The baby shower was during about an hour afterwards.
Yeah, so obviously, why couldn't they come in for an hour then?
Because we'd already reserved the tables and everything was done.
But you were willing to let in another group of people,
Of girls.
So what, are you feminists now as well?
No. It's just that what the private function.
So you said that you were only accepting locals, obviously on the video.
Yes.
So it was local. The pub,
this part, all the rest of the pub, all from that side down, was all reserved for the baby shower.
Yeah, that was fine. So obviously, why couldn't they come into this section of the pub then? Was there any reason why they couldn't come to this section?
To be honest, mate, because we're not here to cause.
No.
Because this is part 2 of that video now, so this is going to go viral. Sure. So it's your pub, mate, that's going to be tarnished. We want to give you an opportunity as the manager of the pub and the establishment. Are you connected to a brewery or what?
Yes.
So obviously, do we have to contact the brewery? We don't want to do that, mate.
No, listen,
what we're trying to do here, mate.
What I want to say is, truthfully,
there's no way around it, John, mate. What's happened has happened, mate. I'm sorry.
No, of course.
A member of your staff, was it Keith or Kieran?
Yes.
What's his name?
Kieran,
yeah. So obviously Kieran was the one that took the call. I understand obviously, mate, that you're going to defend Kieran, obviously he's a member of your staff. But you can't be seen as a manager to allow racism to exist in your pub.
I don't think I did.
No, but obviously you're trying to defend it because basically one side of the pub was sectioned off, the other side was open to the public, yes or no? So what different were they to any other member of the public?
All we had was this part open.
Regardless.
And we had it and it was full of locals.
It was full of locals, so what? So why didn't he say that the pub was already full then?
Maybe he chose the wrong
words.
words.
So you can't speak on behalf of Kieran. So he
chose the wrong words, and I apologise for that.
You can't apologise on behalf of Kieran, mate. Obviously,
I can
to an extent.
For the part.
To an extent.
Because if anyone has to take the rap, I have to take the rap. I sit at the top of the tree, so I'm being very honest.
All right then. So it's not the sort of thing that obviously you filter down to your staff members.
No, of course not.
I shouldn't imagine so, being a reputable establishment.
Of course.
Obviously, all we're here is obviously because the travelling community, man, as a whole, have had enough of all of this.
100%.
Being walking into a place with your family, with your kids and whatever, and being turned away and refused in front of normal everyday people.
Just for the record, since I was 16, I grew up with travellers.
Yeah, so obviously you should know the culture. You should know the culture more than anybody.
We wouldn't discriminate.
A member of your staff clearly has no.
Yes, but
I'm not going to get into a big argument about it, man. I ain't here to be aggressive.
All I want to say is facts.
Yeah, we have another video
on that telephone call.
We have another video of before Tony rang your phone. We've rang the estate in here and the Catholic church down the corner that has left from the Black Horse.
And a member of this class said he was going to ring around and let everybody know.
We didn't get called here.
Alright, that's irrespective, man, anyway, so we're not obviously here to clarify that, but obviously can you see how that comes across?
100%.
Obviously, you've got a private function going here, man. I know how it works. I book money's a private function myself. So obviously, the rest of the pub is open to the wider public. So when he said it's only locals, this is not a social club.
Yeah.
So obviously, you can't justify that. I'm sorry, John, mate. Obviously, I will give you an opportunity to speak, mate. But obviously, you have to look at it for what it is and what you can see. There ain't no back door into this, and we ain't trying to skirt in the back door. We're just trying to raise an issue, man. And it just happens to be unlucky for you, John, that you happen to be the first pub that we've approached with this. And the first pub that we've approached has just fell straight into the trap, mate, really. And it's just happened, and it's unlucky for you. We're just looking for an apology from the pub, and maybe an apology from Keith or Kieran, whoever
Anything
it
comes
is.
from me. Everything stems to me.
Everything stems to you, so obviously.
I just want to make one, just clarify one point on the record. During that telephone call, nothing was mentioned about travellers in any way, shape, or form.
You heard an Irishman.
But we work with our, there's loads of Irish people that come and drink.
There was no justification, mate, for why they were turned away then. Why they said no. There's no justification.
We just didn't have space.
A minute ago was because you had a function. That was because you had space. I'm sorry, John.
No, but the function was there. That's what I'm saying. Here was here.
Here was here. So if I walked in right now this morning and I asked for a pint, if this pub, do you have a maximum capacity? Were you at your maximum capacity in this pub yesterday?
Blimey, not far off it.
All right then. So there was room for 7 people, I'd imagine.
Of course it would be.
There could have been.
There could have been. Okay, so obviously, so there was no basis for this being refused, John. Honestly, man, I haven't come here to argue or fight with you, but obviously I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about. And obviously, we're just trying to raise awareness, obviously, because we're sick and tired of it, man. If it was the Asian community or if it was Black Lives Matter, they'd all be marching the pub. They'll all be here. So it's time that all travellers got together, mate, and videoed this and recorded their experiences and brought it to light, because we've had enough, mate. We've had enough. My grandfathers and great grandfathers had to experience the same things. I don't want my kids going through this. He doesn't want his kids going through it. And it's enough. We've had enough, mate. And that's the bottom line. But I'm just saying, obviously, John, is there anything, mate, that you would say to other people, mate, that are put in this situation that you've been put in? Other managers, a message you put across, or what, on behalf, or are you willing to put your face to that and say something like that, mate?
Listen, the simple fact is, I don't see how I'm being tarnished as racist to travellers. All I took was a telephone.
You didn't take it, John. When you raised respect, a member of your staff did.
The backstop to me. So all I'm saying is,
it doesn't, because that
could words have been said differently? Yes,
no.
They could have. Yes, they could have.
No, they should have been told that there was space here, mate. You said it was a capacity.
There was nothing racial in what we did yesterday.
So what could have been said differently then, mate? Give us an example.
We were full.
Yeah, why didn't you say that then? That would have been perfect. I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to say.
So obviously, so that was your way around it, but you didn't do that. I'm sorry, mate. So now we're challenging this.
It cannot be full if they're allowing other women, which one of my members already rang.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of girls was coming. They both said wanted food. Mr. O'Donnell said he wanted
12 people, but they never said
but
that.
Can I just say one thing as well? Because it was me that actually made the call, and that's fine. I'll admit it, I've got no issue with it. When I first rang, and I specifically asked about food, obviously then followed up saying that yes, we would like to have drinks thereafter. And I said, do I need to specifically make a reservation or a booking? I was point blank told no. You can just walk in. The pub actually isn't that busy.
Yeah, it isn't that busy.
Because of what we had over there.
But they specifically said it wasn't that busy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You said about being nearly full.
Trying to justify something.
So we're at nothing basically again. Basically, we've come to see a manager here again, guys, and obviously, as you can see, that John is obviously trying to go in the back door on everything that we're saying. Obviously, it's not his fault really, because it's a member of his staff, but obviously he's willing to condone that. I don't know what else to say.
We're asking all these managers, are they trying to teach the workers not to serve
self-travellers? Is it a systematic thing that is obviously happened national-wide for everyone to be told not to leave travellers in? That's what we want to know. And obviously, and everyone that's watching this, boys, girls, travellers, non-travellers, whatever, what do you think about it? It can't surely be right in the 21st century, 23, for any form of discrimination to be accepted. Come on, enough's enough, lads. Get behind it. You know what I mean? Exactly. Everybody, record every incident when you go into a pub. Don't break the windows. Don't throw glasses in people's face, because we're getting no further on, lads. Just get behind it properly. Come and do it diplomatically, like we're doing here now. What more can we do? In respect, it's unfortunate a member of staff has put John in this position, but he is the manager, so he has to feel the brunt of it now. And I can understand, obviously, that it's difficult for you, John. And obviously, you should come down hard on that member of staff, mate, and that's it. And I don't know what more else to say, obviously, John, if there's anything else you want to say.
I think you've literally clarified everything.
Honestly, it goes further than just pubs as well, Jay. It goes to councils, restaurants. We were experiencing it everywhere. Enough's enough. Yeah. Everybody, the travelling community, need to get behind the travelling community like black people do, like Asian people do, like every other race of people. And that's enough. Enough is enough, lads. Seriously.
Yes, I agree. There is travelling men out there are scumbags, short and sweet. I'm going to be honest with you.
And you get it in every race.
We get it everywhere. But bar them, don't bar every person or because they're a travelling man or a woman coming in.
Don't let one person spoil it for everyone else. That can't be doing.
You can't do that.
That's mass punishment.
You can't do that to any other race, but you're entitled to do it to travellers.
It's not fair.
Do you understand?
It's not fair. John, listen, I'm sorry to have to approach you with this, mate, but obviously I'm hoping that we've done it in a diplomatic way, man. I haven't been any way aggressive, man. I'm not trying to shine bad light on your pub or anything like that. Is there anything that you'd like to say, mate, before we finish up to the wider public or whatever? Because everyone's going to see this, mate.
Yeah, of course. Well,
on behalf of your member of staff or whatever.
Yeah, well, listen, I apologise if it was taken that way. I don't think to the heart, I'm from an Irish background myself, it was ever meant to be taken that way.
From an Irish background, but maybe not a travelling background.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, you're now saying that because an Irish voice, I have to discriminate an Irish voice to be in a traveller's voice.
You haven't seen the other videos, because I've asked you to say something, man. We got back into a little bit of a debate. But anyway, look, it's healthy anyway.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. You're going to defend it, clearly, because obviously you're apologising. You can't be apologising for something you're going to defend. I'm not going to allow you to apologise and give a dry apology. It's a full-on apology, mate, or it's not an apology at all. We are sick and tired of it, mate. It's happened for you. I'm watching it since I'm this height, to the height I am now. We're all big adults now. We've had enough of it. We don't want it for our kids. We don't want it for our women, children. We've had enough, mate. Honestly, and that's it. I'm not going to accept an apology from you, John. Obviously, if you're just going to come in the back door with it, unless it's a full-hearted apology.
Be a man about it and say, look.
And that's it. If not, then obviously we just leave, mate. I mean, let everybody make their own opinion on what they've seen here now. And that's the bottom line to it. Honestly, it goes far as councils, restaurants, and discrimination for travellers, mate. It's rife. Because travellers haven't got together in mass numbers like other communities have. Rallied the streets, gone down and held pickets up at 10 Downing Street at Parliament and made their voices heard. Hopefully this is going to start something, mate, and obviously everyone will get behind it. That's the bottom line.
Behind what you're doing.
No, if you're supporting it, I much appreciate that, John. But obviously the incident, what happened, mate, shouldn't have happened. A member of your staff obviously was there, and if you're saying that it lays back with you, maybe you've told that member of staff to do that if somebody rings. I don't know. But look, that's up in the air, that's neither here nor there. But we've got other pubs locally in the community that was doing the exact same thing. But we're not going to go to them, John, because the video that's gone viral at the minute is this pub. So that's it, really. Thanks very much, everyone, for listening. I hope we got our point
Keep in touch. Go Gypsy Traveller League.
Gypsy Traveller League.
Any incidents you have, contact us and we'll sort it out.
We'll try anyway. We'll raise it. Thanks very much.
No worries.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Take care.
Sorry about that, girls. Yeah? Cheers. Thank you. See ya.
Want to take on Irish flag? Want to make something out here, Jay? Look, everyone, we started Gypsy Traveller League over a year ago to make a difference and make a change. Proof was Tony's made a phone call to a pub here in Heston. Racing's happen every single day of the week, boys. Short and sweet about the matter. A lot of ye love to give the barmen and women ice cream and jelly. Many times I did myself. It doesn't make us any different. It's not going to get us back in them doors. So any issues you do have, please message us. We would gladly go to these pubs on behalf of you, do your dirty work, whatever, and get some people behind us to support us. Because truth be told, it needs to be changed.
Yeah, enough's enough, everybody. Seriously, lads. When is it going to come to an end? Is everyone going to have to get arrested, breaking up pubs, chasing people up and down the street, beating pool cues off people? It's not going to get us any further. It's getting us nowhere. It's getting us barred from everywhere, and it's just getting us a bad name everywhere we go. Simple as. Everyone needs to come together, lads, and just end this once and for all. If you've got any videos you want to share in of your own personal experiences in pubs and people giving you racism and all restaurants, wherever you might be, in a hotel, wherever it may be as well, Ireland, England, wherever around the world, send them over to the GTL website and we'll highlight it for you. Simple as. That's all we're trying to do, is just highlight it.
If you haven't done nothing in a pub, you shouldn't be, just because you're a traveller, you should still be allowed in. So if you should be barred individually from a pub, not just because other travellers are barred, doesn't mean every traveller is barred. And that's what we're gonna get around and get it sorted.
The colour of your money is as good as anybody else's money. We're just trying to raise the profile for racism against travellers and discrimination, and that's at the core of what we're trying to do. We're not trying to cause arguments, we're not trying to cause disputes, we're not trying to go against any other community. We just want our own community to get behind us, and that's it.
Abdul, come closer. Have a look at that, will you? Have a look at that, Abdul.
Yeah.
There's our contact number on all the socials. Get in touch.